Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday, chat. Happy Friday. We are kicking things off right into some more Kerbal Space Program. Yes, indeed. We are going to try and autonomously land a booster today. We got to figure out how to fly and land that. And then we got to see about how to automate all that stuff. What's happening to the station? That was back during the auto strut bugs, back when auto strutting was rather new to the game, back in, I want to say that was in 2016. Yeah, I think that was back in 2016. If you auto strutted a lot of parts together, particularly ones that are very far apart in the part hierarchy, like if you strutted one part of your station way over there to like root part, and your root part was way over there after like 200 parts are in between it, the auto strut would just completely bug out, and you would get those phantom oscillations and things would go wild. That has been to my knowledge fixed, but that's the thing. Does the VAB camera still exist? Yep, it is right there. I don't know why it shows it there, but yes, that is here. So yes, the VAB camera still exists. Yep, only grandparent strut. That was, like I said, back when auto strut was brand new to the game, and it was like, oh, root part, heaviest part is probably the best. It is for certain things, but definitely, yeah, it definitely has made things gone wonky for sure. All right, well, anyways, we getting back into the VAB and vehicle assembly building. Gotta pick up where we left off last night, which was working with our Maxerva 2. That's right, our Maxerva 2, which I actually just want to rename Maxerva 2. No, we'll do Maxerva 2R, I think, right? Yeah, for the reusability aspect, but yeah, Maxerva 2. I actually think we were working with the test version, which I think is the most up-to-date version now. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Hey, Ubernator, how are you? So how are you making the rocket reusable and still have a similar payload capacity? That's something we got to test as well. So to kind of show what you may have missed yesterday, RJ, this is our Minerva 2. I was calling it Maxerva. We haven't messed with Maxerva yet. That will come. This is Minerva 2. And to show you a comparison between Minerva 1 and Minerva 2, let's see this. Yeah, this is what we started with. And right about there. So yeah, there you go. So we've stretched it. We have definitely stretched it. We've overclocked the engines a little bit as well by like, I think 10%. But yeah, we added another tank up here. And yeah, so far it should be roughly, hopefully the same capacity. That would be most excellent and ideal, but we'll see. We have to do that testing. As I saw, we did a spin in the low atmosphere, then it got stable in thicker air. Yes, that is the other thing, is we got to figure out the controllability. So let's go ahead and just launch it real quick. And also, this was the test version. I'm pretty sure now this is just going to be the flight ready version. It seemed to work pretty well. So we're going to save that to the main part. Controllability was good on the last one. I actually probably want to take these and move these in a tick if I can. Maybe even a little bit more if it'll let me. I'm gonna try that. What we discovered, unfortunately, is if you if you push these too far into the fairing, they become occluded and then they don't fire in the roll axis. So we got to make sure that they don't clip too far into the fairing. I might be able to actually do some fun trickery here for fashion, maybe. Let's see. If I rotate this down and rotate this around, we've done this trick before on another vehicle of mine. I don't remember which, but if you rotate these lights around, you can actually make them look a little bit like a RCS block for fashion purposes. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit too big. See, then you can actually take these and turn them white. So we've used those in the past to make them look like an RCS block. What if I moved them down here? Yeah, it's just gonna be too big, unfortunately. All right, there might be another way to blend it as well. I'm not really too worried about blending the RCS blocks though. I'd rather have them function, believe it or not. We also have parachutes. No, probably not. We do have these parts. I want the smaller one, please. Yeah, we do have these that could be useful. I think it's just going to be too many parts to really be able to do what I want it to do. Because essentially we could do something like that. I mean, yeah, and we could have another one offset. That doesn't really look great though, right? So I think, yeah, I think we're just going to say, no, we will not blend the RCS ports. Don't forget the VAB camera. Yeah, definitely not. And your live ended. I missed yesterday a little bit. I fell asleep and your live ended. Yep, no worries. No worries, my friend. I don't think you missed too terribly much. We did do some landing attempts with this, but unfortunately to no avail yet. So that is auto-strutted. Yeah, I guess I'll do grandparent there, and then I guess we'll do some manual struts. Because this thing is a little bit wiggly wobbly, let me tell you what. That is not going to work, is it? Okay. Can I do mirror mode, maybe? Does that work? Oh, maybe. Maybe it does. Perfect. Okay. And then from here to there. Oh, my bad. Of course. Ah, yes, but of course. Ah, that makes so much sense, game. Mirror mode. Nope, no mirror mode on that part. Got it. How about this guy? Can I do it? Do it here? No? Nope. Okay. So forget that then, I guess. Forget that then. Do you have plans for a larger rocket? Yeah. Well, I mean, we have our max server. Do you mean larger than our max server? I mean, the short answer is yes. When will we need it? I don't know. We'll probably need a larger vehicle once we start building our permanent transfer vehicles to go in between planets. That's probably when we're going to need a larger vehicle. But that won't be until next year. Like literally, like real time next year, you know? All right, let's see. Let's see what we got. As I finish the cafefe. All right. So hopefully that's good. Let's go ahead and save it. And I want to do one more test to remind myself what we had going on. This is 5 metric tons of payload, which is definitely seems to be more than enough for reusability purposes. So that's good. Let's go ahead and get our VS Code out as well. That looks pretty good. And let's get the right one out. It should be Minerva 2. It is excellent. Very good. Yes. All right. Yep, I like it. One thing I wanted to check though, we have Vessel Action Group 1. Those should now be bound to Action Group 1 if I'm not mistaken, so that's good. And then we have second. 1 second, I want to make sure we set ourselves up here in the code to take control back of the rocket. All right, that seems fine. Yep. So this should be the ascent profile. This should take us up all the way through Miko, and then we'll see where that leaves us. Hey, what's up, Captain Failure? How are you? Do you plan on changing the grid fins? Fins, it is close and opening, but make it turn left and right will be hard. Yeah, we'll have to see, Space Gravy. I think we got the fins, the rotation thing that was happening last night fixed. But yeah, we could always bring the grid fins over from the other vehicle. Uh-oh. I hope that wasn't needed. I don't believe it was. I think it was the camera. The camera gets overheated when it comes out. It's fine though. I gotta take the camera off of that thing, actually. Yep, there's the camera there. I forgot about the camera. But anyways, yeah. It's nighttime and drinking coffee? Of course. I'm about to stream for 3 hours. Or 4 hours, actually. Well, 3 or 4. Not sure if my previous messages in chat sent. I don't see them. I do not see them, Puzzle. I see you now, though. I don't see your previous messages, though. All right, we're throttling down now for max Q. Is looking good. Well, hello. How are you? New contract when? Ooh, probably not until the new year, or at least not until December, because this is gonna be our last stream until. Actually, when? Yeah, last stream until when? This will be the last stream until like the 1st, until December 1st, and then I'll probably only be able to stream 2 or 3 weeks there. So yeah, new contract will probably be in the new year, because I actually kind of want to finish the contracts that we have open, since we got really into the reusability side and coding. I want to get back to the missions there and finish those out. Was that a role program? You know it. You know it. All right, we're looking good. Should be coming up on Miko here. Yep, there it goes. Pitching stability, separation. Oh, and it turned RCS on. Perfect. And we're good. So now we can go back to here and we can rotate. I'm just gonna let that go there. Doesn't really matter. Should be fine. Oh, too much. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. There we go. And 3 engine boost back burn. We should have, I think, plenty of Delta V for this. At least I'd like to think so. And we'll have shutdown right there. All right. Now we should be able to turn these on, pitch and roll. And those are active, 30 degrees, sounds good. And we'll hold that orientation right there. We can take you, bring them back in. Excellent. Are you gonna get rid of the Tori Bruno emote? No, not at all. Tori Bruno's the man. Tori Bruno just got another reward, so. Aiming for the pad without glide. Huge danger to Kerbal safety. We're still well off. If you look at it, we're like right on the beach area. We're gonna be coming down like right there. It's fine. Totally okay. Don't even worry about it. All right. And then if we go here to our test, boop, there we go. To do this for figuring out our burn start. Yep, there it goes. Awesome. Okay, and we'll leave it right there. He doesn't care about Kerbal's safety? Wow. What a horrible thing to say. Thomas, you know, did that to himself, okay? He wasn't wearing his helmet, all right? I'll have you know, I2 Orbital, no, I'm sorry, I2 Spaceworks takes employee safety with, yeah, utmost importance. You're in control. I'm the captain now. That's right. Come on, baby. Okay, there we go. All right, we're looking good. This is me manually controlling the rocket right now. There we go. Looking good. Okay. Engines should be igniting here soon. Okay. Okay, lock those out, please. Thank you. All right, let's not tip over, please. I wasn't worried. Nope, I wasn't worried, chat. Were you worried? Nah, not a chance, right? I hate how it's wobbling, though. Can you not? Thanks. Where are your landing legs? They're right there. So if a Kerbal falls to his death, they fire him on the way down, not an employee at the time of death or impact. Naps. You need longer legs? I don't know. I mean, I could always have them go further. Yeah, I probably do need some longer legs. But to be fair, though, how about that, though? How about that? Seeing that, they'd be thinking about wider landing struts. I mean, I feel like the base is good. Could use a little extra height. But hey, we got it down safe and sound for the first time, chat. How about that, you know? Yeah, poggers. Yeah, Ubernators on my side. Hell yeah. Oh, God. Feel like you can make the legs a little longer? Probably. We'll have to see. I really like how compact they are. I could, yeah. How do we want to do this? I could lower them to make them get the height. I'm trying to think of like what would be the best way to, you know, still have them be able to blend into the body, right? And all that jazz. Because I really like how they fold up into the body right now. Let's see if I can do this. So if I unlock. So now they're unlocked. See, they look so clean in this configuration. Better than the first Starship RTLS? Well, that is true. That is true. Hey, look at that. We got 200 meters per second of Delta V remaining as well. Not bad. I like that. I think that's pretty slick. Just to put 4 metal bars for landing legs? No, those are definitely going to be built out a little bit more for sure, RJ. They're kind of a placeholder at the moment. Because I didn't want to spend a lot of time like designing really good looking landing legs if this wasn't going to work. But hey, it works, so you know, that's good. I want to revert that to launch, and I want to get the full system in control here if I can. So we're going to engage the autopilot, and this should be tracking the pad's landing location. And I just want to see what's going to happen, to be quite honest with you. I don't think this code is going to work with this vehicle, because this code was not developed for this vehicle. But like I said, you know, it might be interesting. It might work the first try, right? Who knows? The other thing I want to take out is I do not care to print this anymore, because I know that is working now. Okay, try it again. Run it back, chat. Add another hinge at the end of these, making the landing legs fold out twice. I was thinking about that as well. I have somebody, I think it was Snackless. I have a couple of things from Snackless that he did, I think this was Snackless. And I think he did something kind of similar in terms of like fairly small landing gear. Yeah, I could put some grip pads on it. I could definitely do some stuff to make them a little bit longer. There's no doubt. There's definitely no doubt about that. Definitely Snackless. Yeah, definitely Snackless, right? And was it this one that he had some other pictures of his stuff? Yeah, these are the pictures of like the landing legs folded up, right? So you can see his landing gear are also just hinges. Kind of nice, actually. Yeah. Good old Snackless. He's a pro. Let's see, do I have, I think I may have had somebody else's. Was that all I had? Yep, that was all I had. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of, you know, we could do something else. We'll see. I got to remember, and I'll do it right now. The auto strut might be good to have. At least to grandparent, unless that's going to ruin its rotation capabilities. I don't know. We'll have to see. This should shut down at around 1,400 units of liquid fuel, if I'm not mistaken. So we should be coming up on Miko here. Really pretty decent staging velocity for this vehicle at 5 metric tons of fuel. 5 metric tons of payload. 800 there, I like it. And then that can continue on its way into orbit, right? We do that, and then this. Does its boost back burn. Altitude, we could actually even pitch up more to get our altitude in check. That seems good. We actually had pretty good cross range last time. As target, I kind of want to see how high this goes. 81, so a minute and 42. Because I want to make sure if we actually are going to end up using this in career mode, that it's actually viable. So, so far it seems okay. All right, so it stopped there at 92. So we have a minute and 47 seconds. And we're going to be down here. How long? Come on. At 2 minutes. Ooh, so we aren't going to get past. So I definitely need to go have an apoapsis go above 70. That's definitely what has to happen. So we can switch. Hey, what's up, Rams? How are you doing? Like, do I really need to put 85 tons into orbit and RTLS? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, you never know though. You might need that capability. You would need that capability at some point, honestly, in this game, when you start getting into massive interplanetary transfers, right? This was the latest reusable rocket I built. It was 3 Saturn V tanks in the first stage. Ooh, everyone's digging on the New Glenn. I love it. I can't wait for New Glenn, chat. Oh god, it's gonna be such a good rocket. I really hope they stick the landing the first time. Totally doesn't have to, but that would be absolutely amazing if they did it. Yeah, it's looking pretty slick. Stop it. I said stop it. All right, let's see what we got. I can do it. Yeah, you got too busy asking yourself if you could do it that you forgot to ask whether or not you should do it. All right, let's go ahead and start tracking the pad. This will also help us slow down in the upper atmosphere. I hope we get some good videos from New Glenn. That'd be really clutch. Oh, I almost forgot to do this. Pitch roll, yeah. There we go. I can only get like 40 tons to orbit in RTLS, which is kind of peanuts for how big it is. Is it though? 40 tons and RTLS? That's pretty significant, actually. Like, I understand the size and everything, but when you do an RTLS, right, you're literally burning backwards to nullify your velocity by like, you know, 400 to 500 meters per second, depending on how far down range you go. Like, that's pretty capable. Just saying. But I get the sentiment. I do get the sentiment. That's why you gotta start working on automated Python code and, you know, get it to work for barge landings, right? All right, there we go. We're tracking the pad. This thing flies like a dream, though, I gotta say. Oh, you know what I forgot to do, chat? I forgot to do this. There we go. Ah! On the hill, we're of course on the hill, chat. I forgot to do the one thing I meant to do that entire flight, which was to have the code automate its return. I forgot to do that. Oh, goodness. Yeah, oops. Yep, on a slope every time, you know. Easiest possible place to land. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to rewrite the landing code because, like I said, this was designed for a different rocket, which I can put out on the pad and fly in a second, because it does work for that rocket. But yeah, this was not. I was kind of just copying and pasting and hoping. But anyways, this time I am not going to forget to start it up at the beginning. You're hoping for that too? Good, yeah. Every time though, man, every time. All right, let's try it again. Did a little bit of an Astra there, it seems. Yeah, that's true. Everything mostly came intact. Lost the control surfaces. It would definitely totally be a write-off. Like, you would definitely not want to fly this booster again. But hey, you know, maximum destruction is always good. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. It's a great looking rocket though. I do really like the new Glen wings that we did. They're growing on me. It's the Atlas Glen. It's the new Atlas, Chad. Also known as the Minerva 2. All right, like I said, this should shut down at around 1,400 units of liquid fuel. Does KSP support the Space Mouse? The Space Mouse? The Space Mouse? What's the Space Mouse? Is that the like 3D tracking mouse? That thing? Space Mouse. Oh, like, yeah, similar to the CAD mouse, that sort of thing? You know, I have no idea. There might be a mod for it. I have no idea. It wouldn't shock me if somebody made like a mod for that. But yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, looking for 1,400. 1,390 seems fine. All right. And this time I want to burn a little bit upward as well. Okay, we're gonna have that track right there. And we're gonna burn upwards and back. And ideally get a apoapsis above 70. Come on, baby. Come on. There's 70. And shut down. All right, that almost used no additional fuel. That's actually really good for us. All right, let's go ahead and F5 here because I'm gonna want to revert. An alien life form within KSP. I know, right? That's what I was thinking. I feel like it would be ideal for KSP. It could. It's similar to, I'm not familiar with the Space Mouse, but it's similar to like a CAD mouse, right? Like a 3D mouse that you can use for CAD and stuff. I assume it's that. All right, once we get above 70, I can take over our second stage here. We just got to get above that Kármán line. There we go. Perfect. All right. Fairing deployment. All right, let's see if we can get this into orbit. Yep, we got 120% thrust on this upper engine, so that's good. We're above 100. Let's go ahead and level out here. We got our apoapsis, 2 minutes down range. That's really good. We should almost achieve orbit here with plenty of delta V remaining. So yeah, we're 3 minutes out. So let's go ahead and, oh no, we're still good, actually. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if we can't just go ahead and put this into orbit then. Yeah, we got plenty of time on this track. I mean, granted, this is only 5 metric tons, but yeah. Let's go back, go ahead and switch to. Yeah, six degree of freedom, nice. All right, now we can fly our first stage, now that that's in orbit. That all looks good. Okay, so that can, in fact, do that, despite having... Oh, no, auto strut's disabled. So can I go grandparent and have it come back? I can. But as soon as it does heaviest... Oh, no, I can. Oh, okay, cool. And then I can lock it out. Ah, okay. Oh, but see, then it doesn't want to fold back up until I change it. That's fine, though. Yes, I realize we're just falling right now. I'm just testing the capabilities here. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Oh, chat. Oh, that's a shame. Right. We only have one battery on this thing. And we're out of electrical charge by having those actuate several times. All right, well, that's good to know. That's stupid. Anyways, how are you, chat? How are y'all doing? Yes. Oops. Need a little windmill to charge? Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, look how stable this is, though. It's really nice. It flies really well, actually. Where's our center of mass? Down here, right along the wing. That's actually not bad. Well, see, here you go. We do practice Kerbal public safety because this thing is going to land off KSC proper by that much. Anyways. I forgot to activate the fins. I ran out of electrical charge, yeah. You feel low on energy? Yeah, it gets you. That's why I just had coffee. Kappa. Clean crash though, that is true. Not a part in sight, right? All right, let's bring this back. Yeah, you would think 400 units of electrical charge would be enough, but it's not, actually. But the whole point of that test, anyways, I was going to revert anyways, but the whole point was to see if we could actually get the upper stage into orbit on this trajectory, and we certainly can. We have enough time to bring it back and whatnot. If you land too far, do we get another rescue mission? Yeah. Yeah. It has to have Kerbals on it, though, unless we want to recover it, but, eh. You nailed a couple of surfers? Well, they shouldn't have been out there. It was a no-tam. They, you know, that's all KSC proper. That's called KSC property. You can't be surfing out here. KSC owns that beach. They shouldn't have been out there. All right, it's their own damn fault. All right, let's go ahead and time warp down. There we go. All right, chat. Well, let's see what happens, yeah? We are going to start our control. Oh. Stand by, chat. I think I know why. This is not what I want it to do, actually. Stand by. Yeah. Yeah, the sign's got to be the opposite. Because we're landing. Ah, of course, chat. Ah, the sign is wrong. The sign is wrong, chat. We have the wrong sign. Don't you hate it when that happens? Yeah. Yeah, my bad. That's on me, chat. That's on me. The code is designed for something to track the pad going nose first, where in this case, technically we're going butt first. Yeah, so it's having some tough time. See, like I said, I knew the copy and paste probably wouldn't work, but hey, whatever. Oops. Wrong button. Do we have another clean break? Oh, we almost had another clean break. Anyways. Booster offshore divert. Yeah, something like that. And then I fat fingered the wrong button. How are you still trying to fly something? There you go. All right, we got plenty of time to coast. Let's just see what we got to do here. Yeah, the velocity sign, distance to pad is greater than previous distance, negative. Because see, we're taking the negative of our velocity, horizontal velocity, because we're expecting to be going nose first and pitching up this way when actually we're going backwards. So what do we want to do? So do I want to take the negative sign of both distance and pitch? Because if we look back at this, if we go scroll up, we were getting negative 20 degrees pitch and negative 15. So is it just this that I want to do? Change the signs? I'm gonna try that and see. Because if distance to pad is greater than the previous one, which means that we are moving forward, we are wanting to subtract the velocity pitch to reduce our pitch, yeah. Because we don't want to keep picking up velocity if we're moving really, really fast towards our target. We want to start slowing down so we don't overshoot. So I think just changing those might fix it. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, well, let's go ahead and bring that down. Go ahead and boost ourselves around, and we'll see what we got. All right. So we're coming down. We're in the atmosphere now. Yeah, let's see what happens. Is it going to start steering the right way? So it's still, so now it says we're going away and we're going negative. It's commanding negative 35 degrees. All right. Stand by. So is it actually just, here, 1 second. Let me put that back the way it was. And then if we just subtract instead of adding our pitch indicator. I feel like I still need the sign to be changed as well. We'll see. Python moment, always a Python moment. We are getting toasty, chat. We are definitely getting toasty. Yeah, the signs definitely are needing an update again. So that's probably fine. We'll see. Well, that's working. It's actually burning towards the pad, or trying to. Let's see here. If we go ahead and do that and lock that in. Skeet, 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 skirt. Are these not auto-strutted? Oh, they're not auto-strutted. That's why they're wiggling around. There we go. That's fine. Yeah, they're auto-strutted now. And now it's stable. Perfect. Well, how about that, chat? And how much electrical charge? Oh, we're good. Oh, those don't actually use up all that much electrical charge, but I guess when you keep doing it back and forth like we were, that's fair. The lateral velocity is a bit scary. Yeah, I can definitely increase our lateral velocity maneuver. Yeah, I do have a maneuver to null out our lateral velocity, and it's just not powerful enough right now. It doesn't allow the booster to tip over enough to try and null it out, so. No Names coming in with a 6 Kerbal years of support. Tier 1 resub. Much love to you, No Names. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'd like to think that that's going to be how Nublin's first mission's gonna go. That'd be pretty sick. So we have that. And then do I, in fact, need to switch the signs again? I don't think so. I don't think that's actually going to do anything for us, but anyways, we'll see. And then this, auto strut to heaviest part, so that way when it opens up and then we lock it, it should be fine. Let's go ahead and move this back, like so. And then let's go ahead and fast forward till we're coming back down inside the atmosphere. There we go. And here's Sue. There we go. That's right, 35 degrees pitch, perfect. All right, well, let's see if that actually tracks. Do I have a roll controller here? I don't remember if I have it set to a roll control. Dun, 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 dun. It does not look like I do have a roll control set. Because for this, I actually want the wings to maintain level. Oops. I'm so used to Vim controls. Roll, controller, 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 controller. Controller, 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 controller. So no, I don't set roll anywhere. Roll input, no, it's just testing roll control. Okay, a separate script. All right, well, we're tracking the pad, or at least we're trying. Oh, it's trying. But you see, I want the wings to actually maintain level, so that way it will try to actually steer into the turn instead of away from the turn, but anyways, it's fine. Okay, stand by. We are tracking the pad, chat. Oh no. Oh no. This is fine. Totally okay, right, chat? Totally fine. Oh dear. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Not enough lateral velocity? No. But hey, the control worked, chat. How about that? We're getting there. I gotta increase the lateral velocity rate controller. All right, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. You can hide, pad, but you can't run. That's right. That's right. Should be this one. Yeah. That's fine. Pitch is going to be horizontal velocity controller dot update. And what are my gains set to for that? Set oh yeah, that's why. Set maximum update gains. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem here. Because we are exiting mode 3 or mode 2. Vertical velocity controller. Velocity controller is fine. We're coming down very nicely, but we're not nulling the horizontal velocity, which should be here. So if horizontal velocity speed is greater than 1 meter per second, which I'd like to think is fine to leave that. Set max and set min. See, it's those right there. I need to increase what it can actually provide for a pitch control. And does that need to be negative again? I think that needs to be negative again, right? Yeah, that's another problem. We're actually adding it. we're destabilizing the rocket instead of stabilizing it, because we're actually adding pitch, so we're actually moving into it, into the direction that we're already moving. So for that, and then let's also have this maybe go 5 plus or minus 5 degrees. And we'll see what that does. Okay, very nice. Come again. If we can consistently land on that hexagon within only a few meters of the pad, that time we landed 76 meters from the pad. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, we could definitely get closer, but not, you know, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Anywho, let's try it again. Pitch, yaw, roll. There we go. Bring this, bring it down. Take you, action group. Let's put you on root part and not heaviest. There we go. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Flopped but didn't draw the penalty kick. Yep, something like that. You feel like that accurately described how SpaceX felt on Flight 5? You're probably not wrong. What was with the landing leg only coming out with 2? Because I had it auto strutted to heaviest part, and when you auto strut robotic parts, it sometimes keeps them from deploying. Which college did I go to? So for undergrad, I went to Georgia Institute of Technology, and then for my master's and PhD, I went to Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University in Florida. And now I'm out in Colorado, working. All right, so let's go ahead and move it on down into the atmosphere. There we go. And let's have it roll. There we go. It's gonna find that maximum angle so that way it tracks towards the pad. I toured there over the summer. Hell yeah, Apollo. I really enjoyed it. Are you looking at Prescott or Daytona? I assume Daytona, the bigger one. I need to look at the fuel usage that we use as well. I think this is a pretty good amount of fuel to have remaining. Because I shut down at 1,400 units of liquid fuel remaining, roughly. I feel like that's pretty good. Oh no, I know what it's doing. Actually, is it doing it on this code? I don't even know if this code has that. Stand by. I was looking at the roll control before, right? I don't think I have it in this code, so I don't actually think it's doing what I think it's doing. Because I think in my other code, which is very similar to this with our other rocket, I actually do have it. I think I do have it trying to steer into the turn. It should be simple test. There we go. It should be this one, which is a very similar code. We developed this code with our DCX test article to test the program that we were just using. This one, I think this one has a roll controller in it. Oh no, it doesn't. I set it to nan, which is like unset. I could have sworn I did. Oh, I do. Okay, I do have a roll controller. Yeah, I do have a roll controller, but it's in the other one. Okay. Might be something good to put into this one as well, because you see how it's actually rolling away from the vehicle or away from the landing zone, because it has an adverse roll effect. That's not what I want. I want it to roll into the turn and not roll out of the turn. You good? Ah. Thank you. I got into ERE Prescott, but it's not very affordable for me for undergrad. We'll see once financial aid info is all that. Yeah, it is definitely expensive, no doubt. No doubt. Do you stream on X2? I do not stream on X. I stream on Twitch and YouTube. Go Dogs, except for when the Tigers are in town. Nope. You get out of here with that. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. All right, we did a little bit of an overshoot, but it's trying to come back, chat. You see that? It's trying to come back. Ooh, we're looking good. We're looking good. Oh no, I did it way too late. Oh. Landing gear down, landing gear down, landing gear down, landing gear down. No, please. Oh, that's one way to do it, chat. I tell you what, that is one way to do it. For masters and PhD, yeah, Apollo. A turn, not a slide slip. Exactly, that's what I want. A wider base? No, that wasn't the problem that time. That wasn't even the problem. The problem was that I forgot to put the landing gear down, and I also turned off the engine to go to one engine landing burn way too late. Or sorry, way too early. In what, Becky? Aerospace engineering. Whew. Well, that was exciting. Let me just take a breath here. The audio is quiet. Maybe it's just me, but I have my volume up on your laptop. So which audio is low? Is it the game audio, the music audio, me, all of the above? Because I can definitely boost everything, or one over the other if it's a problem. You sound good to me? Okay, cool. But I will wait for consensus. My mic's a little low. All right, I'll boost it a little bit. Right about there, maybe a little bit better. Because that is on the yellow. Probably better. You can also move my mic a lot closer. Something like this. You want me to just, I can just stream like this from now on, yeah? Just right up in the face, yeah. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, I want to do that one more time. I would like to nail it. All right, chat, I would really like to nail it. The other thing we got to do, I'm actually probably going to enter a hover this time. Yeah, I'm probably going to enter a hover this time because I actually want to see if our lateral velocity controller is going to work. KSP Asmer, yeah, there you go. Just for you, chat. Just for you. Constant peaking, yeah, exactly. Wait, is it still peaking? After taking it away or what? Not a recommended landing sequence. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. No, okay, cool. A drink, all right, I gotcha. Stay hydrated, chat. And we're gonna tease it right there. We're gonna bring that in. We're gonna turn this on to root part. Yes, very nice, very good. And then we are going to activate these. Okay, and then we are going to time warp until we hit 70, and then we're going to really time warp until we hit 70, and there we go. All right. In the meantime, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Wrong one. There we go. This one. And computer has flight control. Really, Naps? Yeah. That's pretty crazy. Applied to USAF, USID, and USMC. You did? Or are you saying that the landing gear flare was applied to those organizations? It used to and may still station a pilot at the end of the runway whose entire job was to fire a flare gun if he saw an aircraft coming in without lowering his landing gear. That's one way to solve that issue, I guess, right? There we go. Stand by. The government really likes when I get to write my not terminal guidance software. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I don't know where it's getting this adverse roll from, but anyways. Ooh, we're coming in hot, chat. We are coming in toasty. There we go. We have engines all good. We are subsonic right over the pad. We're still tracking the pad. Looking great. There we go. This time I am going to let it enter a hover before switching to single engine control. Okay. Single engine control. It does look like it's nulling out the velocity, or trying to. It doesn't have a lot to go off of there. And then touchdown. All right. That time, 50 meters from the pad, chat. How about that? Also, what happened? ASCAM collided into the girder. Oh, chat, you know what I forgot to do? We should be totally using this camera. We should totally be using this camera, chat. Oh my God, we have to do it again. I hope you guys are okay with that. We should totally be using the zoom out camera. Son of a gun. RJ in chat, your whole job, RJ in chat, is to tell me to use that camera. I don't think he's here. Gosh, nabbit. Well, at least we know it works. That's good. All right. Boop. Bring that in. Okay. Turn these on. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Turn these on to root. All right, and let's do it. Time warp until we're out of the atmosphere, and then time warp until we're back in the atmosphere. There we go. Perfect. And flight has control. There we go. Now we are hands off, chat. Hands off. Now we just got to hit the pad. Yeah, I don't want to actually hit the pad. I'm actually kind of happy where we are landing. But soon, we got to get a lot more accurate. I'm not going to lie. We got to get a lot more accurate. I needed to develop a predictor so we can actually do our automated boost back sequence. And then probably, I wonder, so I've said this on stream before, but I wonder if something like proportional navigation or even proportional integral navigation would be a way to get more accurate landings without going into like some really complex optimization stuff. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the accuracy we're getting, but it's not good enough for a barge landing, and it's certainly not good enough for a tower catch, so I don't even know if proportional navigation is going to be that much more accurate, but something to see, I suppose. It should be more accurate. The other thing that we should probably work on as well is starting to set up all of these flight controls as different threads, so that way we're not limited by the calculations in a loop right now, doing everything synchronously. We can actually do some things asynchronously. That would probably behoove us in the long run. Model predictive control? Hell yeah, we can do that. Eventually. So I'm controlling roll, but the rocket is controlling everything else right now. All right, here we go. Stand by. Oh, baby. I'm just letting the rocket do its thing. Oh, no. Survive. That was awesome. Oh, man. We didn't get that repeatability. Oops. We did not get that repeatability. Did these lock? Oh, I forgot to lock them. I did. I forgot to lock them. I need to action group the lock function, I think, so I can just stay away. All right, stand by. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and recover that, and we'll let the upper stage. I wanna set up an action group to lock it, so that way we can be zoomed out and I can lock it. Sick view, I know, right? Fun times. Ubinator, thanks for hanging out. Much appreciated. Have a good night, my friend. Automate one solo using the cal. We've kind of sort of done that in the past. Not fully, obviously, from like launch and landing and boost back. I know it's somewhat doable if you use timing and whatnot, but yeah. Nah. Let's go ahead and recover all of this. Also, you know what I'm a little disappointed in, chat, is I don't know why the pad keeps having problems. We had a kaboom, indeed. It's called KRPC, Phantom Rocket. So if you do exclamation point mods, you'll see the mods if the bot wants to cooperate. There it goes. I think it should. Yeah. It's called KRPC. I think it's on CCAN. If it's not, there's a GitHub for it, and you can install it through GitHub, or, you know, download the files on GitHub and stuff. Is a DCX not on Kerbal X? You know, I don't actually know if it is. I don't know if it is, actually. It's a good question. No, I don't think it is. We can actually do the DCX as well, so I can show you guys, basically, anybody who's new to the stream, how we started, and where we are, and where we came. But anyways, let's go back to our Minerva 2 that we were just flying. And I want to do a couple things. First and foremost, let me take you, move you up a bit. But first and foremost, I think it's these. I don't know if it's this one or if it's that one. I want to say it's this one from where the explosion was last time. Yeah, so we don't need you. And that got rid of that one. Okay, so let's put a new camera here. Yeah, we'll put the cam super wide. And then ideally, maybe back here. The only problem is I don't know which way is the correct way to put this camera. There's no like up indicator, but anyways. I guess we'll test that and see. Sure, why not? All right, Team Money, have a good night, my friend. Thanks for hanging out. This will make my cinematics a bit easier. Indeed, 100%. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So we have those strutted. Is this auto strutted even? It is auto strutted. Can auto strut to maybe roots? Maybe strut that into grandparent as well. And then how about all of these? Are these grandparent strutted? So those are all grandparent strutted in. Yeah, okay. So these should all be grandparent strutted in, which is nice. Okay, not a problem, not a problem. Okay, that's fine. Was there another thing I wanted to change? Ah, yes, action groups. Actions. You know what I could do as well, chat? I could set up another cow controller for these, actually. That actually might be nice to do. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Robotic cow controller. This is going to be open editor. Leg lock spam. EO. All right. The lock spamio. Add action groups. And then we want this guy to be on a engage servo lock. Yeah. Wait, how do you do this? Alligator hinge. Engage servo lock. Yeah, okay. So I want it to be there, and 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 there. Perfect. Great. That should be good. That's all I want. Leg lock spamio. So yeah, we have 17 locks happening in 15 seconds or 5 seconds. So not bad. We can even put one right here, and we can put another one right here. Yeah. Good. Good. Yes. Okay, why am I doing that? Because I need the legs to lock. And sometimes when they're under aerodynamic force or other loads, they don't actually lock. So I'd rather just have the cow controller be able to do that. So now for the cow controller, I want this to be play direction forward, loop mode repeat. Okay. And then when we go to do the deployment, actually, can I do that all in one go? Stand by, chat. Oh, set maximum angle. Ah, I could do that actually. I could have set maximum angle be the first one that happens as well. And then it doesn't matter if it keeps repeating, right? Nah, it's fine. We'll just do it once, set maximum angle, and then it'll start trying to spam. We'll test that before we launch it, but I want to see if that works. Because in a perfect world, right, it will deploy the landing gear and it'll start spamming the lock. It won't, because the servo will be moving, and then as soon as it gets to set maximum, it'll actually start locking. That's the idea anyways. It does, Mad Chad, but I feel like this is faster right now. Yes, eventually we probably just want to put it all in code, but just trying to test to see if this is going to work as is. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's go ahead and save that. Let's go ahead and put that on the launch pad. Yeah, of course, names 100% if you want to do that. Yeah, I would certainly not. I've actually been meaning to go back into the code and like completely rewrite it to be more modular and stuff, but yeah, we're doing reusability things right now. I need to do that probably like off stream. But yeah, if you want to do that, 100%, 100%. Alrighty then. Okay, so first things first, let's go ahead and get the new cow controller out so I can actually watch it actuate, because we're just going to be testing the cow controller here. And then open editor, there we go. And then if I switch to this camera, hell yeah, look at that fancy camera. And then if I hit the 0 button, forgot to action group the cow controller play button, of course. Don't talk to me, chat. I don't want to hear it. Okay, thank you. Change one thing at a time so you can identify what went wrong. Talking to me? Hey, what's up, Wiz? How are you? Can I really not? Please, game? What happened? I was just able to view it. Was I not just able? Oh, there we go. Okay, that was weird. I want action group, 0, U, play sequence. There we go. That's what I should have been doing. KOS is great, but such a niche language. Yeah. Had KRPC not been a thing, I definitely would have gone the KOS route, but I mean, being able to use a real life programming language that I already use for work and stuff, I'm pretty happy about. Yeah, I'll see if I can't remember to post the DCX vehicle. So that way you can play around with it and whatnot. Eventually wanted NumPy and Torch. Oh, Torch? Hell yeah. There you go. All right. So let's get back to it. So I want to come down here. I want you. No. You. Pin that. Go into this one. There we go. And then 0. Servo's locked. And it's locked. Heck yes, it works, chat. That's nice. That's actually really nice. So yeah, once I deploy them, I don't even have to worry about them anymore. Okay. I like it. Revert launch. We'll fly it again. Okay, looking good. Let's just run it and see, chat. There we go. Center engine, outboard engines, pad release. Ooh, and that's much more stable. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. Pad's a little wobbly, but you know, whatever. Nice. Over domain specific languages? Yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, we're underway. So this time I'm not going to worry about the second stage at all. We're just going to fly it through Miko and then control the first stage. We'll still put the first stage on a trajectory as if we were controlling the second stage like last time, but don't really care about that at the moment. All right, we should be looking at once this gets about halfway. So stand by for Miko chat. I can also in the code set these to be controlled as well. Have them deflect. 1400, there it goes, 1397. We have good set. And yep, there it goes. And then we would switch back. And we would start our boost back burn. 3-engine boost back. And we'll give it a shutdown. Maybe just a little bit further. There we go. 75, okay. 636 meters per second remaining. That's pretty good. I think that's, we're kind of on point with that actually. And let's go ahead and set this up. All of that is now good. Reduce those. And that should be fine. Those are already auto-strutted. Oh, these are not auto-strutted? I forgot to do that. Okay. Anyways, not a problem. All right, let's go ahead and F5 here. And we'll time warp until we're out of the atmosphere. Okay, and then let's go ahead and time warp until we're back in the atmosphere, and then we'll F5 right here. Yeah. So how high did that get? Oh wow, that went really high on that trajectory, 120. Okay, good to know. All right, everything I think should be fine. That is auto-strutted. Okay, let's activate our landing code. Boop. And let's see what it does. Cool. All right, so now it's flying itself, chat. So we are 6 kilometers downrange, moving towards the pad at 90 meters per second. Yep, looking good. We are commanding a negative 34 degrees pitch, which is roughly that. Looking good. And it is tracking the pad. Look at that. We are perfectly lined up at the pad there. All right, let's let it do its thing. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Yep, that's right. We're gonna try to anyways. We're in the testing phase. Up, tease it. There it goes. It's a little wobbly at this point because of the aerodynamic forces, but should be okay. There we go. We're tracking the pad again. Nice, continuing to track. Coming straight down on it. There we go. This camera angle's pretty good, chat. We're still coming in with a horizontal velocity. Oh, please. No. Too much horizontal velocity again. We'll get there. So I need that horizontal velocity controller to be a little bit more, or we can just widen the base. All of that stuff can work 100%. I'd really like to make it work because, like, ideally we don't come in with that much horizontal velocity. So yes, we can widen the base in the future, but ideally we don't even come in with that much horizontal velocity. So let's work on reducing that even more. I need our horizontal velocity controller. Probably just needs, it either needs a higher gain. Let's try and 0.08 for that. Could probably even just go to 1.1 as well. And then also the min max, let's go -8, +8. So a little bit more pitch on that as well. So now the horizontal velocity controller will be a little bit more aggressive in nullifying it. All right, let's reload. Could it work with a model rocket? I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, all I'm using are PIDs. But the thing to remember, right, is you would have to have other equipment and things to give you the same measurements, if you will. Like right now, I'm tracking a target that we know the very specific latitude and longitude for. So in a real world setting, you would have to have GPS or other ranging equipment to be able to track your target. But yeah, I'm using just simple PIDs to close the loop. You would then also have to develop your own control allocator. Right now, everything with the Python package we're using in the mod's called KRPC, or Kerbal Remote Procedural Call, right? So we're able to say, hey, track this target, pitch, yaw, and roll, and then the back end of the package we're using then allocates that control automatically to all of the control surfaces and whatnot. So in a real world setting, you'd also have to do that on your own, to where, yeah, you have your guidance and navigation, which gives you your required control inputs, but then you'd have to map those control inputs to the actual actuators, right? So, but yeah, in general, the theory that we're working is very simple control. Does that answer your question? I hope. All right, let's make that work. Thanks, Tyler. Of course, telemetry, Starlink, yeah, of course. Is it accounting for all real physics? Yeah. Well, so I mean, it's working within the game of KSP, right? So KSP is basically an ideal world. There's no wind, there's no turbulence. We do have aerodynamic drag and aerodynamics for like lift and stuff, right? But we don't have like wind pushing us and things like that. It's definitely an ideal world in that sense. You know, this is a sweet stream because I just watched a video of someone automating an ICBM type of craft using only the in-game controller. That's awesome. Fair enough. Fair enough. Are you talking about the cow controller, J-Story? All right, it's getting a little wonky because of aerodynamics, but that should correct itself here soon enough. Yep, it's tracking the pad. That's good. Look at that. It is tracking. I haven't touched the controls yet. There we go. Tracking the pad. We're looking to come straight down on top of it. Awesome. Let's see. We are currently 100 meters away from the pad, moving at 30 meters per second. Yep, there it goes. It's going to start diverting back to the pad now. Landing gear deployed. Oh, it still has too much. It's the horizontal velocity controller is still not enough to nullify that horizontal velocity. Ah, son of a gun. Son of a gun, chat. Let's see here. Go back. There we go. Yeah, still has too much horizontal velocity. Let's see here. So we can either increase the gain. Am I printing out? It is using this, right? In mode 3. If horizontal speed is greater than 1. I should actually print these things out, shouldn't I? So we're printing distance to pad. We're printing V mag. Our velocity magnitude of 10. We're doing our pitch and our heading. Okay, so I don't care about heading anymore. Pitch, I do care about. All right, so what is that being controlled by? So pitch is being calculated by our horizontal velocity controller relative to our horizontal speed. What did we use before as a horizontal velocity controller? Current horizontal velocity, which is the vessel.speed. Oh, wait, am I using the correct frame here? Stand by. Reference frame. And what is that reference frame? Where's that reference frame? So the reference frame is creating a hybrid reference frame that is positioned at the celestial body relative to the surface frame for rotation. Okay, so it's a Earth-centered, Earth-fixed. So it's actually accounting for the rotation. Yeah, okay. And then we're getting the velocity in the body frame. Okay. But so we're not using the same reference frame as we are here, because here we're using orbit.body.reference frame and orbit.body.reference frame.speed. You know what? Let's print those out and actually see what that's getting us. So I'm wondering if this reference frame is not actually giving us the correct horizontal speed, and that's why it's not pitching. So we either just need a higher proportional gain, so it's actually a little bit more aggressive still, or this is wrong. And it could be that that is wrong. Get the velocity relative to the surface. I mean, that should be relative to the surface, but yeah, let's just print them out and see. So I wanted to print this out. So we'll do that instead of heading. Okay. And then is there something else I wanted to print out? I don't think so, right? Because we're printing out the commanded pitch, our magnitude of our velocity. Well, let me see. Vmag with respect to the vvec. Okay, that should be fine then, actually. Oh, aha. I don't want to talk about it, chat. So I actually changed that sign because I was thinking we had to, relative to what we did up here, where I had to change the sign to make the control work. But I forgot that our other vehicle that I made this code for, even though it flies like an airplane coming in, like Starship, it turns vertical and lands propulsively. So these reference frames are correct and the signs were correct. So I should not actually be subtracting pitch, I should be adding it for this. So that would probably make sense. That would probably make sense. But anyways, it's probably good to pitch print that out anyways. And then, you know what, just for my sanity, I would like to print these out in the reverse order. Just so I can have Vmag and then V velocity. Or vvec, sorry. There we go. Yeah, good. Okay, let's try that again, chat. Let's try it again. JC. Yeah, so the landing code is pretty short. These are other tests that we've created. We're kind of testing this right now. So the whole code here for just the landing is 52 to 250. So yeah, about 200 lines of code for just the landing portion. But don't forget that this is the high level abstracted stuff. We're interfacing with a whole Python backend that's been developed to work with the API of KSP. So there's a lot of lines of code that are actually going on, but you know, because of some intelligent abstraction that the mods have given us, the moderators, the mod developers, I should say, have given us, it's a lot less code. You've gotten pretty consistent with multi-stage orbit launches with just cal automation. That's pretty awesome, yeah. Can you automate, and you label each column while it prints? So I can, but I'd rather see just the straight column, because if I printed, like, I mean, I guess I could add like pitch. I could do it on each row, but I couldn't do it on each column, unfortunately. Just because of how it prints out to the console. But if you want to know, this is our horizontal distance to the pad, not vertical, obviously, horizontal. This is our velocity moving towards the pad, so 115 towards the pad, negative means towards. We are pitching, commanding a negative 20-degree pitch to track the pad. We are also commanding negative 20 degrees here, or negative 18, based on our velocity component towards the pad. So these two lines are basically being summed to give us our actual pitch. And then this one is our actual pitch. So I can go through that again once we land, so it's not so confusing. All right, we're looking good. Stand by. Oh God. Not on the hill, chat, not on the hill. Every time. We're getting pretty close to it though, I have to say. All right, let's see. So that seems accurate. So that's our horizontal velocity, and it was commanding 1 degree pitch though. So at horizontal velocity of 8, it was commanding 1 degree. I think that's way too little. So I think we need a bigger proportional gain on that. Here, let's just do 1.0, see what that does. Anyways, but yeah, to kind of help you on the readouts here. So this is our distance in like the XY plane relative to the pad. So we're 560 meters in the XY plane relative to the pad. We are moving towards the pad at 70 meters per second. Based on our distance to the pad, we are commanding essentially 0 pitch, meaning that we want to come straight down. But based on our horizontal velocity towards the pad, we actually want to pitch towards the pad and actually start tracking the pad again. And then finally, these two are summed up. That gives us our actual pitch. Because if you look at our controller is in mode 2. Our controller is this. Pitch input is our distance to the distance towards the pad, or our pitch relative to our distance, plus the pitch controlled by our velocity component, right? We have two PIDs that are working in tandem, and they're being summed, and they're basically working together to either give us more control input if we're moving like away from the pad and we're really far away from the pad as well, right? But when we get really close, we should be having less authority. So there we have both a distance controller and a horizontal velocity controller, which is what's corresponding here. We have a distance, a pitch relative to our distance, and a pitch commanded relative to our velocity. The views we wish we got from SpaceX, yeah, no doubt. You were very close to dead center. Yeah, that was actually very close. I actually might want to get a truck out here and change our target. Because, well, you know, there's a big structure right here, right? And then, yeah, so we don't actually want to land here. We probably want to land like here or something like that. Or here, or anywhere but right here. Yeah, so I actually might want to get a truck out so we can measure where our actual target should be. But maybe I'll do that right now. What's up, Uncle Bill? He even sells a few of the navigation board he uses for it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, BPS Space is pretty awesome. He does real world model rocketry and tries to land them. Yeah, tries to land model rockets. Space Exile. You need to catch tower. Yeah, we're gonna get there. I've explained it in a previous post. Sorry for the flashbang, by the way. There you go. But we're kind of trying to do this in KSP almost similar to what SpaceX has done. So we're going to start off, of course, with what we're doing now, which is very simple controls and a small launch vehicle. And then we're going to use probably those same simple controls into our medium launch vehicle. And both of these are going to be RTLS style, right? So we're going to have our return to launch site. And then I actually want to take both of those, beef up the control system, and start doing barges, right? And then from there, I want to build a starship, right? I want to actually build starship in game, so that way we can then do tower. Yeah. So this is what our roadmap looks like. We're starting off here with an RTLS style, and then ideally once this starts working pretty repetitively, we can actually start using it in our career mode and convert that into our medium launch vehicle. And then once we get that and we start developing probably more accurate, we're gonna definitely need a lot more accuracy in order to do barge landings, and then eventually we'll get to like a starship style of system and go to tower. So we're going to do a very step-by-step progression through all of this in game. So right now we're at step 2 technically. Step 0 was no code. Step 1 was our hop test, which I can get out here in a second as well. And then yeah, we're on step 2, which is our small launch vehicle. If you use a target like a truck, I think you need an offset from it. Yeah, for sure, 100%. But yeah, let's go ahead and get our DCX out. I can show you guys what we started with and what it's capable of doing. Let's see here, this guy. And we'll get Thomas, our dedicated grounds crewman. Awesome, subscribed. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the content for sure. We do have a secondary pad already built. That is true. We could divert all the way to the secondary pad as well. Might not actually be a bad idea. Or we just use Kerbal Constructs, which is one of the mods I use that allows you to build secondary pads. And we just build a secondary pad as a landing zone. Maybe we just do that. Anyways. Yeah, so I use Kerbal Constructs to you know, build this taxiway right off of the airport, and then also this little test pad that we've used in the past. DCX, yeah. Space Banana, heck yeah. What an apropos name for the Starship launch that just happened, huh? Are you automating this because it's not humanly possible, or because you want greater efficiency? Greater efficiency, yeah. And for the cool factor, right? Like, if we can actually in-game get our rockets back by landing them on a barge or in a tower and stuff. So let me show you the ultimate goal, right? JC, if you remember, I'm pretty sure you were around for the early days, right? If you remember how we used to play our last save, right? I go to screenshots, this was our last save. We actually built cranes and we built launch vehicles that could use the crane, and then we could actually put reusable payloads on top of said reusable vehicle. This would then, this was before we got into automating too much, and so we would, land, and then we would have a truck go and pick up the first stage, and we would wheel it back to the crane, and then the crane could pick up the first stage again, put it back on the pad. So yeah, we could actually quite literally have a catch tower do the same thing if we can land that other vehicle, right? You missed the crane? Ah, yeah, see? So we could quite literally have a series of trucks, which is what we did in our last save, bring back the crane and install like a catch tower style of crane instead, because this was like a gantry crane that was on wheels that could move back and forth. So we could do that, and then then we launch it. We build it on the pad after it lands in the catch tower. Hey, Space Banana, what's good? So yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. So yeah, we already know how to build cranes. We already know how to build vehicles on a pad via the crane. So quite literally, we could have full reusability in our save going this route. Let's see, do I have another crane picture? I don't know if I do have another crane picture on this save, but yeah, we could certainly do something like that. Oh, thanks, JC. I'm glad you enjoy it, man. Yeah, I want to get back to that sort of thing for sure. All right, so now with this little guy, go ahead and put the wheels down. It's locked. Okay. All right. So we'll get him to the ASD, or the arbitrary safe distance. This seems arbitrary enough. And so if we switch back to this guy, we can then use Kerbal Constructs to refuel. And so this is what we started with, chat. So this vehicle here, which is inspired by a real life vehicle that was actually developed to be a test article back in the 1990s for a single stage to orbit vehicle. It had 7 successful flights. Well, I guess arguably 8 successful flights, but on the 8th flight, one of the landing gear failed to deploy. So when it landed, it then tipped over and exploded. Then the program was immediately canceled, as most successful programs are, and we lost it forever. So we built this to be our test article, similar to kind of like how New Shepard is for Blue Origin. And let's go ahead and fly it. I'll show you what it's been designed to do. It's been designed to do 2 things. Well, mainly one thing, which is test our automation code. But it's done testing for 2 different types of code. The first one does this. This is how we learn to track the pad. Arbitrary enough, but is it safe enough? That is true. That is the question, 100%. So this will go up to, I think this goes up to 5,000 meters. Once it goes up to 5,000 meters, it will essentially hover there for a second before tracking the pad, diverting to that pad under propulsion. And then once it gets close to the pad, it shuts off the engines and lands essentially how Falcon 9 lands. It will land propulsively after that. So there it is, coasting up to 5,000 meters. There it is. Uh-oh. Ah, son of a gun, chat. You know what? I totally forgot. I changed my PID controller code and I forgot to update this. I was like, it should totally be, doing things right now. That's okay. We'll land it manually and restart from here. That's what you get for changing your software, chat, and then forgetting to update the rest of your software. You change one thing, and everything else is bonkers. That's a real life mistake that goes horribly wrong. A crowd strike. Excuse me. Sorry. There we go. And let's go ahead and start landing this thing very carefully. There we go. Boop. There we go. Easy peasy. Forgot to carry the one. Yeah, no kidding. All right, we're going to refuel it real quick. There we go. Can you do a tower catch? We're going to be doing that eventually, yeah. But that will probably not happen until next year, like real life next year. Because we're doing it step by step. Right now, we have already finished subscale demonstration. We're now working on an orbital class rocket, doing the full automated Falcon 9 style of system, which is RTLS, return to launch site. So automating the ascent, automating the boost back, and then automating the landing, all RTLS style. Then I want to convert that into a larger lifter. Then I want to convert that into barge landings, because that's going to be a whole nother amount of accuracy that we're going to need. And then eventually I want to get to tower catches, yeah. So we're kind of doing it step by step. KSP 2 has far prettier graphics. Yeah, it does, but it's unfortunately a dead game, so. When you do, please let me know. I'm attempting to do so in console, and this would be extremely helpful for me. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It just looks more dull and grim. Yeah, I get you. All right, so what happened? It was the PID controller. Yeah, so where do I call the PID stuff? PID controller, yeah, all of these. 0.0. Wait, was it only that? EID. Oh, did I only miss the one? So I've already updated this code, but somehow I missed that one. Okay, well, fair enough. Somehow. No worries. Let's go ahead and try it again, shall we? Huh. Well, that's new. With the right mods, the first game looks pretty. Yeah, it does. Yeah, if you can mod your game, yeah, KSP 1 looks pretty fantastic sometimes. Age 11 when you first played? Hell yeah. God, what age was I? That would have been 20. I think I started playing in 2014? 2014? Maybe 2013. Wait, was I a freshman in college in 2012? Because KSP originally came out, right, as like a demo in 2011, if I'm not mistaken, and I didn't play that. But I definitely played very early KSP in like my either freshman or sophomore year of college. That had to have been like 2012, 2013, maybe 2014. Yeah. Huh. We've had an anomaly? Yeah, something like that. Rapid unscheduled disassembly. Yeah, no kidding. Do you do any of this with advanced model rocketry in real life? Not with the model rocketry, no. But I do work in the aerospace industry. Not on rockets, on satellites. More on the satellite side. You remember the old red buildings? I do remember the old red buildings, goodness. Oh, tease it. Stop it. What is going on with this game? This game's like, you will not have fun, Rocket Guy. I played in 2014, my freshman year of college. There you go. Yeah, KSP goes way back. Don't you give me CrowdStrike flashbacks. Hey, funny enough, I have a pretty, yeah, I definitely have some CrowdStrike horror story, but that's, what a thing to happen, chat. All right, let's see. I want to unlock, unlock traverse rate a little bit high, not that high. Go to 90. And then we do landing gear down. Then from here, traverse rate up a little bit. We can move that up to 100. There we go. Set that down again. Then we can bring this down, and then we can undock. Boop. And then we can drive away and get to the arbitrary safe distance, or the ASD. That rocket that you were doing looks very familiar. I forget the name of it, but I believe it was a canceled SSL, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's called the DCX. It's inspired by the DCX. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with the DCX, it was a McDonnell Douglas vehicle that actually flew. It actually flew several flights. It was McDonnell Douglas, right? Yeah. Flight 7 or Flight 8, yeah. This was the DCX vehicle that we built in our own game. That truck is awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, see, this is the DCX. This was a McDonnell Douglas concept back in the 1990s as a subscale demonstrator, because this was supposed to be, it was actually part of a program to develop a single stage to orbit vehicle. So this was their subscale demonstrator to figure out control, which is exactly why we developed it in our own KSP game, because we were doing the same thing. We developed it to test all of our Python code that we're using to then automate larger rockets. So this is kind of like our Falcon 9 Grasshopper, or sorry, I should say SpaceX Grasshopper. If you guys remember the Grasshopper many years ago that SpaceX had for testing things for their landing before Falcon 9 was really even a thing. There it goes. It diverts into the next pad. It does a belly flop, and then like Starship, it will exit the belly flop, if you will, after translating to the diversion pad and start landing under its own propulsion. Easy does it. Easy does it. When it very first released, version 0.7.3 in 2011. That's awesome. The only crew module, yeah. Didn't it get like released with only like 15 parts or something like that? Or was that the demo that only had like 15 parts? Landing gear down. Was this the flight that exploded? No, this was not the flight that exploded. So there was a, like I said, successful vehicle, did like 8 or 9 flights, and I think on the next flight, flight 9, one of the landing gear didn't deploy, so it touched down very nicely and then just slowly tipped over and exploded. And then that was the end of the program. So yeah, that's what we built. Here, there it is. So let's go ahead and refuel. Refuel, there we go. And all right, so hopefully this code will work now. Hopefully, I guess. Save it, launch it. There it goes. You like the DCX? Yeah, me too, me too. And now I use BD Armory to make as small of a fighter jets as possible. That's cool. I've definitely seen some of the BD Armory stuff, and it actually looks pretty awesome. Like, have you seen what Scott Manley streams? He streams very rarely, but sometimes he'll stream his like viewer battles, where he literally sets up like a simulation in KSP that has like, say, 10 different aircraft in it, and they're all of them have, like, I think it's BD Armory that allows them to have guns on them, and he has some kind of back end that he's developed that allows full autonomous control of every vehicle, and they all try to shoot each other down. It's crazy. But unfortunately, Scott Manley doesn't stream that often, but when he does, it's pretty entertaining. All right, it's tracking the altitude, and now it's going to divert towards the pad. So stand by, diverting towards the pad. There it goes, under propulsion, just like the what we saw in the video. Is Runway Project? That sounds right. Yeah, Project Runway. Yeah, Project Runway. Is it on YouTube? He developed that, like, control system himself, right? Like, to control all the different vehicles. Scott has a cool day job? Yeah, for sure. A VR drone? Ooh. I mean, I guess we could, technically, in-game. Have you ever seen a Starship launch in real life? I've seen, I've been to the last 3 and the Vulcan test launch in December. That's awesome. No, I have not. There it goes. So now it's tracking the pad using aerodynamic forces to bring itself back. It's literally flying towards the pad now. Oh, nice, JC. That's cool. Now it's doing its landing burn. There it goes, landing, tracking the pad. Skirt. A little bit of an overshoot there. But there you go. That's what this vehicle does. And then we took this code that we already developed, and that's what we just saw our orbital class rocket do. But let's see if I can't hit this over here. We'll go ahead and refuel. There it goes, fully fueled again, because we do have a reusable system. There we go. And then if we go to our second system here, this one, let me make sure we're tracking the right altitude, 68. All right, and then this is what we developed for our space tourism code. You saw the original Starship in Cocoa Beach? That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Yeah, back when they were developing over by Cocoa Beach. One to 4 contributors, but he didn't make it himself entirely. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Naps. I didn't know BD Armory did that. Gave you a panic attack? Oh, that's not good. All right, so what this code will do, we'll take it all the way above the Kerman line. That's 70 kilometers, right? It'll take it above that. It will then enter a belly flop mode, come all the way back down, tracking the pad, and ideally land as close to where we took off from as possible. Where this thing takes off from in this code is its targeted landing zone. Yeah, Tay-Tay, that's within the roadmap. I was explaining this a little bit earlier. Sorry for the flashbang again. There you go. Whoops, there we go. But how I'm doing this in KSP is we're starting here with very simple RTLS style of vehicles. And then I want to move into barges, right? And then I want to build Starship. Right, I want to build Starship with the little flappies, little flappy arms, and then I want to get into towers. That's our progression. So right now we're here, and really this is broken down into 2 vehicles, which is small launch vehicles and medium launch vehicles. And then I want to take this and use it on the barges, and then I want to take this and develop Starship, and then I want to take this and go to the tower. So we're doing step-by-step progress. But yeah, definitely gonna have barge landings in the future. To do that though, we're probably gonna need a much more accurate guidance and navigation system. Right now, we're basically just saying, hey, here's the pad, here's your distance to the pad, now go towards the pad. Which, I mean, like I said, it works. We can fairly consistently get it within like 150 meters of that location right now using simple PID control. But probably to get it to an accurate barge landing, we might still be able to use PIDs, but we're probably going to need a better guidance and navigation system. Probably going to need something like proportional navigation or proportional integral navigation, something that's a little bit more robust. But we'll see. We'll see. It burns. It burns. That's right. My question is going to come up often enough to have a roadmap poster on hand. Probably, yeah, you know, honestly, Uncle Bill probably should have done that. Or make it a command. Make it a command that just says, like, I'm working on it. All right, so right now it's coasting up to roughly 74 kilometers. There it goes, enters a very brief altitude hold. and then it pitches over. And this pitch over is to put it into a belly flop, because like Starship, this thing can't really slow down enough to land. Like if we were to just fly this engines first, it would go screaming through the atmosphere. It would probably flip out of control, and then it wouldn't slow down enough for us to use our engines to land. So we do this to increase our drag. And also, Outer Exodus, man, that the way your name is written totally blew my mind for a second. Outer Exodus, thank you very much for that Twitch Prime subscription. Much appreciated. New Twitch Prime sub. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, my friend. Hope you're having a good Friday. Barge landing takes a lot of accuracy. Then catching a rocket, you got to have like centimeters in accuracy. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So that's why we're doing this step by step. We're learning what works, what doesn't work, what the limitations are on the things that do work, and yeah, got to build up our technology, so to speak. All right, looking good. So what it's doing right now is it's in this wedge shape because this helps maintain stability, right? A wedge, you know, based on the natural aerodynamics, it wants to fall this way. If we were to fall flat, it will eventually lose stability in the roll axis and want to get into the wedge shape naturally anyway. So it falls in the wedge shape. This increases drag, helps us reduce our velocity as we're coming back through the atmosphere, and it provides quite the amount of lift, as you can see there, for us to start tracking and flying back towards the pad. So we're looking pretty good here. RCS is coming back on. And if we look at the readouts here, we are 10 kilometers just about away from the pad, moving forward towards the pad at 30, 40, 50 meters per second. And this is our commanded pitch. So we're looking good. Looking good. Have a little bit of yaw instability there, but we're back in control. And now it's going to want to roll so that way it can fly a little bit better. Now we're maximizing lift and still tracking the pad. There it goes. All right. So now we're 5 kilometers away, moving towards the pad at 170 meters per second, and we're commanding a 5-degree pitch. No, I'm sorry, we're commanding a 15-degree pitch. Which is why we're pitched up at 15 degrees. All right, looking good. The IP infrastructure, that's right. What CPU and GPU do you run? I use, oh God, you know, it's been so long since I've actually looked at the specs, I don't remember. It's like an I think it's like an i9 9700K, and then it's only a 2070 GPU. All right, looking good. Tracking the pad still. We pitched up there so we could slow down. It flies just like how a plane doesn't. Yeah, basically. All right, there we go. Looking good. Coming down right on the pad. Going into vertical landing mode. Stand by for engines on. There we go. And we do a constant rate of descent. And there we have it. All the way down. And we landed 169 meters away from our targeted landing zone. So like I said, that's what that vehicle was in fact designed to do. That's what's been testing all of our code, and now we are scaling that up into an orbital class launch vehicle. PID versus proportional navigation. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of think about it this way. It's almost like having a proportional controller, so the P in the PID, right? And you're using that proportional constant to be able to change or adjust your control vector in real time. So it's almost like just having a PID controller hooked up to your navigation system. But it's a way to kind of like do that, yeah. Followed on X, I appreciate that, yeah. Yep, we definitely try to occasionally do some space news as well, where I tweet some really cool space industry stuff on X. It always looks so fast coming down. That's because it is so fast coming down. When it turned vertical like that, it was going like 150 meters per second. Okay, so let's go back. Oh god, chat. Out of all of that, I totally meant to get the latitude and longitude for a better landing zone. Let's take our helicopter out there. Do you expect Flight 7 will be orbital? I'd like to think so. I mean, I know they're going to Block 2 Starship, but it shouldn't be that drastic of a change in vehicle. They're mainly stretching it, which in terms of like vehicle changes is kind of one of the easier things to manage. So I'd like to think it should be orbital, but yeah, I don't know. It depends on what SpaceX, how many things SpaceX has changed and what they want to test, right? All right. All right, so I wanted to take this guy over here. So I can get the coordinates of this landing pad so we can target this instead. Flight 7 is set to be an orbital splashdown again. Yeah, I thought so. I figured that's what it's supposed to do, an orbital splashdown attempt. There we go. All right, right here. X marks the spot, chat. So if we go here to, is it cheats? Where do you, yeah, set position. Is this my current position? Is that how that works, chat? Like if I move forward, does it change? If I go over here now and I go here and go back, oh, it did change. Okay, so that is my current latitude and longitude. Good to know, good to know. So again, we're gonna try and get on the X marks the spot. Boop. Somewhere right about there. Go back, and there we go. Okay. So now I should be able to come back here into test, which is the code we're testing, obviously. And if I set my target, yeah. Let's see here. So this is going to be LC1, and it's going to be LZ1. Right, of course. Sorry, chat. I'm too used to working in Rust. It's a Rust comment. Okay. And then I want this for a latitude. Perfect. And then this for longitude. And there we go. Cool. All right. That looks about right, exactly. You have news. What's up, Snackless? What is your news, my friend? How are you doing? That Flight 8 will attempt Starship Catcher on the tower. That would be pretty insane, right, Space? Yeah. You got into your dream program at your dream school. Well, hell yeah. Congrats to that, Snackless. Happy Friday. You learned about that today or recently? Not today. But happy Friday to you, no matter what. That's awesome. Congrats. I'm sure that was some hard work. All right, let's get into that, into vehicle. Engineering, mechanics, and aerospace. Nice. Good. Good. Join it. Join us. One of us. One of us. That's awesome, Snackless. Good on you, man. Good on you. We got in at the exact same time? Awesome. Wow. What a day. What a day. All right, let's get to our max serva 2. Flight ready. There we go. All of this should be fine. Save it, launch it. Come on, KSP, you can do it. I know. I know. We were sitting next to each other at work in a fuel truck and got our emails 5 minutes apart. That's amazing. That's really cool. Yes, well, congratulations once again. That's awesome. All right, well, let's run it back, chat. So this is going to be our ascent profile, all automated, of course. Single engine start, outboard engine start, and pad release. Eagle has cleared the tower and is go for roll program. Roll program looks good. Yep, we saw that. Yep, we talked about that on the live stream. 7 will have the catch pens and see if they hold up through descent, and if all goes well, then 8 will be a double catch day. Wow. Nice. Yeah, how's that going to work exactly? Are they going to just use the other tower? Because the first tower will still have booster, right? Or are they going to send Starship on a long enough orbit trajectory to get booster off? Well, I guess it doesn't actually have to, right? Well, no, yeah, it is, right? They're going to have to destack booster. Or at least I think they should, at least until they know Starship can land without affecting booster, but I don't know if that's ever going to be true. Going to use the other tower, I figured, yeah, okay. Or catch in Florida? Oh, that's right, they will have the tower there in Florida. That'd be interesting if they were to actually do that. All right, we should be coming up on shutdown here in 3, 2, 1, shutdown. There we go. Perfect. And then just like last time, chat, because I care about the first stage and not the second stage, we know the second stage can make it to orbit. We're going to go ahead and go back, and we're going to control this guy and do our boost back burn. Boost back burn has begun. And shut down. Okay. So yeah, I burned a little bit farther back than I normally would because our trajectory is going to take us to that landing zone there. The absolute insanity. Just land a Starship on top, easy game. Yeah, I know, right? She got Snackless. I imagine that orbital operations testing would be very close on the SpaceX roadmap about now, payload deployment, fuel transfer. Yeah, there's a lot that they got to get going. Ooh, that's nice. I dig the Atlas setup here. That's nice. It's looking pretty clean, man. It's looking very clean. All right, let's see. We're above the Kármán line right now. Let's go ahead and time warp till we get around. There we go. Let's go ahead and get set up and ready. Hit y'all roll control. Let's go ahead and F5. Yeah, okay. vehicle has control. It looks like it is in fact lined up, tracking that pad there, so very good. That is delicious. Yes, of course. The wind is a factor, that is true. You know what would be nuts if they caught the booster and then landed the main craft back on the booster, docking port style, so wham bam pow, your rocket's reassembled. Yeah, that'd be pretty wild. That would certainly be pretty wild. Well, so like what I think they'll eventually maybe do, at least that's still in their early renders of working with Starship, is they'll catch booster, right? They'll put booster down on the pad, and then when Starship comes in for a landing, they'll catch it over here, catch it, and then move it, and then put it on for integration with booster. If I remember correctly, isn't that still the working concept that they're eventually going for? Is that, yeah, they won't actually use multiple towers, they'll use one tower, but because the catch arms, right, Mechzilla can actually move side to side, it'll just catch it over here, move it, and then lower it onto booster. At least that's my impression as to what they were eventually going for. Yeah, they only jettisoned the interstage for now, though. That's supposed to be fixed in subsequent operations, booster design, subsequent booster designs. All right, we're tracking the pad, chat. Look at that. We're tracking the pad. That's so good. Look at that. We are tracking that pad. We're coming down right on top of it. There it goes. Start engine burn. Engine burn has begun. Oh, look at it null out the velocity, chat. Come on. Please. Please. 70 meters from the target. Now that's that's pretty good. Wow. It's pretty good, chat. That's pretty good. How did you do this? What's up, Barbie? How are you? So we are using a mod on the PC version of KSP called KRPC, or Kerbal Remote Procedural Call. And that mod allows you to basically hook into the back end of KSP, and you can use Python. I think it also supports C#. It supports like 4 or 5 different programming languages, and we're using Python and automating the rocket using algorithms that we're developing in Python. So yeah. So that was pretty good, chat. That was, did you see it null out the velocity? Oh, that was actually really excellent. I want to test one thing here. It seemed like, because by the time it gets to the point where it wants to null out the velocity, it doesn't have a lot of thrust, so I actually need it to be even more aggressive. Yo, and Mad Chad coming in with the nitty bitties, coming in with 20 bitties. Thank you very, very much for that on the Twitch side. Much love to you. I want it to actually be a little bit more aggressive in the null. I should say in the nulling up. Yeah, that's the right word, right? In the trying to null out the horizontal velocity. I need to be a little bit more aggressive. So let's actually take this up to 10 instead of 8, and see what that does. But that was pretty good. And let's see if we can't repeat that. Let's see if we can't have some repeated success here. Those dinky little legs, don't worry. What I actually want to do, Snackless, I think I still have Snackless's up. Yeah. What I kind of want to do, so this is Snackless Kerbal, he's on the Twitch side. This is his vehicle. I kind of want to have, actually, Snackless, you actually don't do that. Interesting. Anyways, what I actually want to do is, with the landing gear, actually have another pair of robotic parts, pistons, like we do on our other landing gear, on my Falcon 9 landing gear. that will actually act as push rods. So you can have like the pistons, right, push out on the legs at the same time that they're actuating, and then you can have basically a beefier system that can handle a higher load. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. I definitely do want to make the landing gear probably a little bit bigger. We actually might make it longer as well. There's some things we can certainly do. This was kind of just let's make it work first and see what happens. And so far it's still pretty good. We should definitely turn on the control though. There we go. The other one does, not that. Gotcha. Yeah, okay. All good, all good. Needed a tiny bit more thrust. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it does need a teeny bit more thrust, or just more pitch to try and null out that velocity a little bit more. That's pretty good though. I gotta say, chat, I'm very pleased with that. 70 meters, not bad. Not bad. Now it's going to rotate. There it goes. Track the pad. I don't know why it wants to rotate wings level that way. I'm not against it. I should actually just have it rotate before that. Okay, looking good. We're coming right down over it. There it goes, tracking the pad again. Engine should be on here. There they go. Whoa. Oh, look at it though. It's actually nulling out the velocity, or it's trying to. Landing on the hill, and yeah, it came down a little weird. I don't think I turned off the outboard engines fast enough, and it came down with too much thrust. Yeah, I think it came down with too much thrust. Okay, all right. Not repeatable yet, chat. Not repeatable. I do like having that 10 degrees pitch though. I think that'll be fine if it doesn't have such a high velocity rate. According to documentation, it supports C#, C++, Java, Lua, Python, and something called C Nano. Yeah. Yep, very cool. All right, let's go ahead and rotate it around this way. I think it... Do I have it in the control system here? I didn't think I did, but maybe I do. We'll let that fall for a second. Somewhere in here, I must have a roll control. Oh, I know what it is. I actually don't set a roll control, and so by default it goes to roll 0, which is wings level. I'm pretty sure that's what it's doing. I don't actually set roll anywhere, so it's defaulting to 0. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. So let's turn that on and have it track the pad. There we go. Cool. So yeah, 70 meters is not bad. Not bad for what we're using right now. Tracking the pad. Yep, we're lined up right there. Oh, it supports Julia as well, unofficial. That's cool. And I knew that they had a Rust implementation as well, which I use Rust actually at my day job. So I've been thinking about one day diving in and seeing just how good the Rust implementation is, but we're sticking with Python right now. We have so much in it. It automatically wants to roll into steering, which is good. Because we have it basically set to be wings level. So it automatically wants to. But yeah, I actually probably do want to implement an actual roll controller so it actually rolls more into the turn if it has to. That'd probably be good to do. All right, there it goes. Oh, no, that was too late or too early. Yeah, I turned off the I turned it off too soon. I turned off the outboard engines too soon. Gosh dang it, chat. I should really just automate that. How did we do it that first time? It was flawless, chat. It really was, I know, right? Yes, you know we should, I know. And like I said, honestly, we need to move it out of the test.py and just write our own version of it that's going to be for this vehicle. So that would probably be good as well to do. It might be the vertical fins. So you're saying maybe the vertical fins should be turned off at that altitude? It's not a bad idea, actually. It's not a bad thing to try, actually, Space Banana. You're not wrong. It's a good call. Beginner's luck, it could have been, yeah. Both are GPL 2 and 3. So I wrote my own client that was not in use anymore since I've now ported the app to Julia from Rust. Ah, gotcha, Puzzle Maker, gotcha. Cool, cool, cool. If anything, right, what I wouldn't actually mind doing is just using the Rust Python interface crate, and we could probably just use our exact Python code that we have now and convert some of the calculations to Rust so they're faster, and then we have our Python interface for the game, but then all the calculations that we're developing, like PID control and whatnot, can just be Rust. Maybe that's probably the easiest way to do it. Well, I don't know about easiest, but it's definitely a way to do it. That would probably not require too much rewrite. Yeah, I thought about doing that as well, names, as well as being able to define different parameters for each vehicle as a YAML file or a TOML file. Yeah, I thought about doing that as well. So that way I could literally like define my rockets in a file versus having them all hard-coded. Uh-oh. See? He doesn't want to do it, chat. Oh, I forgot about the landing gear, chat. Yeah, it does. When it gets really, really slow, the whole top wants to wobble. And it might very well be... I wonder if it's because it's trying to track the pad as well at that low altitude? Because it is trying to track the pad too, right? Yeah, it is trying to track the pad. So this is mode 2. And we're... If to limb surface altitude is less than 3,000, we're doing this all the way up until we enter mode 3. And during this entire time, we're still trying to track the pad. So maybe once we enter this, we shouldn't be tracking the pad anymore, or we should enter mode 3 faster. So if to limb.surface altitude is less than 180, so we only go into mode 3 for control down to the ground at less than 180 meters, which is not great. So we should definitely, that's actually probably the problem. Yeah. That's definitely probably the problem. So if like we were to change this over to say 380 meters and maybe 15 or even like 25, because remember this code was developed for that other vehicle that was a lot smaller. So I want to see if that fixes that pitch oscillation, because I think what's happening is that it's trying to track the pad when it gets to like 100 meters, and then it switches over to that other control mode. But because it's still trying to track the pad and it has so much thrust behind it, it's just, you know, it's just diverting so hard. So if we relaxed that constraint, I think that might be better. We'll see. It's all about testing, right? That's why we're in test.py. Go undo the code changes you did. Yeah, I know, right? The pitch oscillation during the arrow approaches. Yeah, that's just the arrow, I think. I think that's just the arrow being, well, it's actually probably partially the controller as well. What I also want to implement is actually a flight controller that instead of using the autopilot that KRPC gives us, we can actually have maybe a slightly more intelligent, like actual flight controller, like a stability augmentation system. Because I recently learned, like last week, if that, that KRPC, under control, I think. Is it under control? It might not be control. No, it's not control. Is it flight? Or maybe it's actually just vessel. Orbit. So there's the autopilot. Parts, mass, thrust, max thrust. Don't worry about what you hear in the background, chat. It's not important. Oh, gosh, dang it, chat. Where did I read it? Where is it? Is it in control? I don't think it's in control. Oh, it is in control. This right here. The state of the pitch control, a value between -1 and 1 equivalent to the W and S keys. So that means instead of having the autopilot that KRPC gives us do things, we can actually develop a stability augmentation system that essentially acts as if I'm controlling it with WSAD keys, but like I said, but with like an actual controller behind it, which is might be pretty effective here. I don't know. We'll see. But that's kind of what I want to start looking at as well. Still did the same thing. Are we gonna literally be... Oh no, how did they lock? I should have been paying attention to when we changed. Because we're in state mode 2 here. Is that our altitude? 209? No, it's not our altitude. It didn't switch over again. If our surface altitude is less than 380, or to limb is greater than -25. Yeah, it didn't switch over fast enough again. So we're still in mode 2, and then we switched to mode 3 here. And it's not even commanding a very high angle, pitch angle. So that's interesting. 380. I really should just let it go and watch at what altitude it starts doing the wobble. It might be the KD, yeah. I could just start going. We could start tuning the PID, yeah. Because again, remember, I haven't messed with the controllers that much at all. And that control system is, again, made for a different rocket. Yep, a little flop. Oh well. All right, settling in and tracking the pad. Yeah, definitely could just be the PID gains. So 6,000 meters, you said I should look out for the oscillations. And then I want to know, let's turn this to here so we know, because it should be surface altitude. Tilim.surface altitude. Yeah. So if we're less than 380, it should switch. And I want to see. Because at that point, our pitch should be more in tuned for our velocity null. All right, we'll see. We'll see. That's at 13. It starts to roll. Still kind of stable. It's tracking the pad. Still tracking 6,000. It's oscillating. Yeah. It's not the RCS. It's definitely this though, right? Is it because I actually need the authority limiters here to be less? Maybe it's because, yeah. Okay. There's 300. So 300. So yeah, 380 is about the point where it starts to go out of control. Interesting. What is that, 150? 130 meters from the pad? So yeah, it definitely might be the Elevon control. It could definitely be the controller in that sense. I wonder if I should have a different mode for when we're close to the pad. Because right now, basically, it's like track the pad, full control authority, track the pad, full control authority. Oh, we're less than 380 meters, stop. You know, like, so we should maybe have a different gain schedule to where we have an intermediate control mode to try and smooth that transition down. There's definitely ways to do that. Is Code flying this? Yeah, Code flew that all the way through. The only thing I did was hit the 0 button to deploy the landing gear. That's all I did. Like I said, there are definitely ways to do this, chat, many ways. But unfortunately, that might just have to happen on the next stream. Because it is approaching 11 o'clock and I got it packed because I'm leaving tomorrow for the Thanksgiving holiday, chat. So tonight was most likely going to be the last stream until like December 1st. But I like where we got. We actually got our reusable rocket concept to land autonomously. Now we need to go back through. We need to probably tune the controllers, figure out what's going on there, figure out if we need to do a different gain scheduling or a different control mode. There's some things we can do. Can the COE hit the 0 button for you? Yes, the code can hit the 0 button for me, yes. Right now it's just because I don't have it coded yet. Can you fire the upper thrusters to keep it from swinging like a pendulum? It had a moment of stability, then starts swinging from side to side. Yeah, I think that's either because the top control surfaces are set to the maximum authority, 30 degrees deflection, and I don't think it needs that probably once we get lower in the atmosphere and closer to the pad. So we could probably definitely do something like that. But yeah, we'll see. But anyways, chat, like I said, this is the last stream for about a week. So I hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving holiday if you're observing said holiday. Yeah, we'll be back here probably next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. So much love to you all. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Have a good holiday break wherever you may be. And I'll catch you guys on the flip-flop. Until next time.